Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello Andy, hello everyone.
Hello, how you doing, Artific?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
That's awesome. I'm very good. It's been an awesome week, especially in the NFT world. It's super crazy. Gonna be a very fun show today. So, welcome everybody to another episode of NFT Talks, where we talk about NFT and anything that has to do with crypto art.
Yeah, welcome. And what are we going to talk about today?
So, I thought that we could talk about collaboration inside art, specifically, of course, in NFT and digital art. And it's because I think NFTs just opened up a whole new realm in collaboration within the digital art or the art world in overall. Because before I've been in art since I can remember, to be honest. But it wasn't the easiest thing to just grab a canvas and invite a friend and let's just paint in this same canvas. And with digital art, you get this extensive set of tools that allows you to share with multiple artists all around the world, not just people next to you. And they can create amazing things. And you yourself, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think you're in a group, about 100 artists. They're making NFTs. So I think it's just a super awesome thing that is just being born and flowering up as we speak of.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things going on. I'm actually collaborating with a lot of people, and I know you do as well. Particularly about this group, yeah, and it is quite interesting story it's just started. Well, as usually, these collaborations start as one of your friends reaching out and
Hmm.
telling you about some cool project that he's
Yes.
part of, and I was like, okay. Looked a little bit deeper into it, and yeah, like it's sort of messy. Because as you can imagine, working with 100 and other artists with like no centralized entity or person or something like that. Of course, like there are,
Hmm.
there are people that are driving it more than others. Still,
Hmm.
there is no clear owner uh, that like I know a couple of projects where you have one owner or one person that's started the project and there's even some for example avatars, right?
Right.
You have a person there that's driving it, created a Discord group and everything, and contacted a lot of other artists, and I think it's like 60 or 80 or something like that, and they work together to create these amazing avatars. But this is
Hmm.
actually even like step further because there's no person like that, and just using social networks to collaborate and create this one wonderful Genesis piece. It's sort of secret still. Well,
So you can't say much, or we're gonna die.
yeah, yeah. Well,
It's
I'm
some
gonna
secret
I'm
stuff.
gonna die. You will be safe.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't say much about the Genesis piece, but I can
Hmm.
tell about the group, which is really just a lot of wonderful artists around the globe that got connected in the similar way as I did. There's one friend like I know that you're doing some art. Do you want to join
Hmm.
this crazy group? And no, there's like a website. It's called Not an Art Club, which is
Hmm.
just
Yeah, I love the name.
Yeah, it's sort of ironic, or yeah, just get you thinking, which is also the idea behind the Genesis piece, because the group is really looking at like using this decentralized way and many different ideas from different artists to reflect on what's going on in our society. So that's
Great.
also where the name of the club or this art group is coming from.
I mean, what you've been sharing is just sounds like an amazing project. Can't wait to see some of the work that is coming out. Is it just one piece that I mean, if you can't say, is it just one art piece that everybody's working on, or multiple?
Yeah, there's one Genesis art piece that's actually completed at this moment, and
Okay.
we are. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I joined somewhere in March, and it was well quite a long time to create it as this collaboration, and yeah. Currently, we are working on well, for like promotion, or just getting people know. Okay, there's like this group of artists. They are doing something. Now it's the stage for just letting people know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then we are going to drop it,
No,
and
that's amazing.
yeah, we will see what happens, and yeah, that's definitely just the first part of the project, just the genesis part, and we absolutely plan to do more cool stuff, because there's a lot of going on in the world, and yeah, we can make some reflections in the art that we will create.
And that's one of, I think it's one of the best things that just came out of the NFTs. To be honest, is the ability to, you know, create these massive communities behind making just art. And I think a lot of artists were, they needed this, to be honest. It's like that they needed a platform where their art was the focus, and it was not compared to old art, or more pop style art or traditional art. Now it's just compared to other people are that are doing the same thing as you. And I mean, of course, there's the Beeples and there's the pop punks, but we have such an amazing range of art at this moment that anybody could become the next people. It's just especially if this collaborative. There's another project which I put one of my artworks in there, and it was one of my first art pieces that I ever did. It was like maybe 20 years ago. So I put that one there. That's the first one I got to digitize, and it's called Chrysals. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No,
So
sounds promising,
yeah,
interesting.
Chrysals is a platform that this lady built, where she wanted to make the next Beeple, but instead of making 5,000 days of making an art piece, she's making 5,000 artists put one of their art piece in this huge canvas.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then of course they're gonna drop it when it's done, and you go to a website and you sign up, and we can post the links. I think they still have a couple of slots, and of course, at some point we'll see the drop of the whole piece somewhere. So, you can go in there. It's like super high resolution, so you see so many different types of artwork. It's super cool.
Wow, that's awesome. That seems really awesome. But maybe if, it's just not or not just these huge projects that are coming just because there are new ways how to communicate with each other, and
Hmm.
there is a way to create this decentralized ownership. Because again, traditional system, it would be super difficult to pull something like this off.
Oh,
And
yeah. Who's the owner of the art, or who did this, or whatnot?
yeah,
What
yeah.
happens when the art gets traded and all that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see if I've lost you. Hopefully, you are still in the
Oh,
Zoom.
well, man, it's another day in VR,
Yeah.
or virtual reality.
Yeah, so fortunately we have the backups, so that's good. But I
So,
wanted to also mention that there are even like smaller projects where you can have just
yep.
two artists coming together. And actually just had interview on when was it? It was Tuesday. And it was one guy that is working with lasers and created like a laser lab in his
Oh
apartment.
yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah.
another guy that's doing music, and they created this laser show slash concert and look it up into NFT, and you can buy it.
Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
actual physical laser show. It's not like modeled into in Blender or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like that guy really set up all the lasers and all the stuff, and yeah, it's even like quite dangerous to do it because like you can burn your eyes or something.
So right, right, right.
Yeah, so it's just these like uncommon and
Hi there, I'm back.
hello. Yeah, I can see you twice, so if you can mute yourself on Somnium.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, so for just one example like this, and I'm working with Blake Hodge. Uh, you guys know him for he's doing the pre-shows and after parties in
Hmm.
my exhibitions, and
Shout to
yeah.
Blake. We love you, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Oh
So
man.
uh,
So, is there any other project you were mentioning that there's a that laser show project? Is there any other project that you know of that you think that are looking for other artists that we can mention? For example, anybody that's looking for collaboration.
yeah. So actually, just recently, I posted one thread, and Victor Xavier. If
Mhm.
you follow me,
Yes,
you will see him. He's doing these wonderful like traditional
the
paintings that are
sketches.
digitized
Yeah.
of like flowers and these sort of things. He's also doing sketches of avatars. He's doing just portraits of avatars, not people. So it's already quite cool. And he will actually be sketching a couple people for later today, or avatars, not people, later today. And he would like to collaborate with poets to put
Hmm.
the poetry and as part of his visual art and create NFT together. He actually created already a couple of pieces like this, but he would like to reach out to more poets out there. So yeah, this is actually one quite
What's his
non-traditional.
what's his Twitter handle?
Yeah, let
If you know it, or we should put in the link so
yeah,
if
yeah,
anybody hears about it.
absolutely. It's yeah. Let me spell it. It's Xavier Victor,
Mhm.
SAV. Or well, actually, let me put it. Let me put it here into the
Yeah,
browser. Yeah.
that's
So
better.
yeah, technology.
Gotta use that.
Hopefully you guys can see it there. So that's that. For yeah, he has quite quite small Twitter account, which is shame because both his work and also for what he's doing in the community, for reaching out and so on, is quite cool. Yeah, maybe for just the one thing is that stopping him from doing more is that he's not so fluent in spoken English. He can write fine, but
Mm.
yes, doesn't have so much experience in speaking in English. So, uh, and I think it's maybe also for a lot of other artists, just holding them back from entering this NFT space fully.
Yes, of course. I mean, eventually, I see platforms that are gonna have translation happening, real time translation. I travel a lot, and I use, for example, Google Translate in my. You can use it with your earphones or your Bluetooth earpiece, and it would translate the person right into your ear from the other language. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it's about 80, which is super more than enough to understand a conversation. So that is, I see that happening soon in these types of digital platforms.
Yeah, and like second thing that's for sure happening is that I was just contacted by one lady from Czech Republic, my country,
Hmm.
because like through Twitter, weird thing. Anyway, but she's creating a community for like Czech people and Eastern Europe to create like a
Nice.
community and so on. And I think going forward, we go into for like even more granular. So there will be like NFTs communities for each particular country. She's trying to do like
Very
some
cool.
like basically what we do, but in Czech, or for just tutorials how to use MetaMask and other things in Czech, so people
Oh.
can enter. Yeah,
Yeah, I was actually working with a friend to start doing some translation for to Spanish because we speak Spanish as well, and there's a lot of the information. Most of the information is in English and it's not in other languages. So that's a great idea that lady is doing. That's awesome, and that's also part of collaboration. This is everybody's trying to make this whole thing better, and you see a lot less um, fighting between each other or between artists to get the spotlight and more sharing. And from what I see, most of the investors are actually artists. So you see this thing of artists investing in other artists, which is awesome.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what are the percentages, of course, but
Right,
I think especially in the like lower uh, like lower, I don't know how to say it, like lower tier, or just not so expensive art. If we would look into
right,
I don't know, CryptoPunks and these like over one ETH, then yeah, you have the major collectors there. But for these more like new artists, emerging artists, I think there's a lot of actual artists are just like different enthusiasts into NFTs and so on, uh, being a big part of the collector group there.
totally.
And
So I have a
do
question. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
No, no, I'm
Well,
sorry.
I actually have, as you was bringing this topic, what do you think is going to, or do you think it's going to impact somehow for the whole NFTs scene and how we value art?
Um, can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, like usually for it's uh, it's not artists that buy art of other artists, but no, we are getting this trend. So and artists probably like how I look at it is that artists look at the art in different way than uh, just like people owning companies and doing enterprises and so on. It's just different view of the world, I would say, and maybe even
Right.
motivation.
Okay. Right. Well, so what I think is that yes, I think it's gonna impact at some grade, at some level. I think most of what we're doing at this moment is a speculation because I think NFTs is as volatile as crypto, and at some point it's gonna calm down and it's gonna probably become mainstream. In but at this moment, everything's just there's a lot of fluctuations in the markets that come in and come out. But what I do think is that artists, no, art before was bought by people like doctors or lawyers or big politicians to put in their houses and all that stuff. It wasn't your typical person that could go out and just buy a piece of art and hang a 50 by 50 foot art piece in a whole wall because I have a mansion.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, ordinary people that got into the world of crypto are becoming art collectors, and a lot of people that never thought 5 years ago that they would be art collector, they are doing it now with virtual galleries, and they are creating these collaboration groups and communities in these virtual worlds and social platforms. Like for example, the board ape yacht club thing. Those guys are like it's like a whole community. It's super tight. and they share each other's stuff and help each other a lot. So to your question, yes, I think it's gonna impact at some point, but I think that there's a lot that we are speculating and it might surprise us in the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. That's definitely the space is definitely not fully discovered.
No, yeah. I mean, I think we're just like starting. I was reading the other day that under 2 or 3% of people that actually earn income actually have cryptocurrencies and understand them,
Yeah, yeah,
and they expect by 2025 that's going to be more than half of the population that earns income. So in the next 3 to 4 years, it's these technologies is going to go crazy fast, and that's assuming the technology keeps going at the pace it's going the past 5-10 years, but it's going twice as fast every year. So like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you remember the first VR when the first VR came out,
Yeah.
and then you
I saw some
it
pictures.
was horrible. It was horrible. But then like 3 or 4 years, then we had a better VR, and then 2 years after we got a better VR, and now we have a VR every 6 months.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah. Yeah, and
it's
I'm
coming
really,
up.
yeah, I have the old Vive and sort
Hmm.
of like waiting for the next generation because like even the Quest 2 and this like doesn't seem like a big enough upgrade. But when I saw the specs of new Vive, it
Yeah.
seems like pretty cool. It's like 2.5 times 2.5 per eye or 2.4. Okay,
Hmm.
so yeah,
It's amazing.
that's already like really cool. I still see the screen door effect on my old, but I think on this one it's yeah we will just like remember it. Yeah, like yeah those were the things when we when we are playing video games as kids and doing something on Atari and these sort of things. Yeah.
Oh, Atari, yeah. And then we saw PlayStation One for the first, or Sega for the first time. It was like, oh my god, yeah. So actually, so I think I had a question I wanted to ask you, and it's about this technology that's emerging and all that. Do you think that technology that is emerging, augmented reality, the VR headsets getting more wireless and more powerful by the months, um, and all the metaverse and blockchain technology just popping up, do you think this technology is gonna enable more collaboration or make it harder?
Yeah, I think yeah, like my first instinct is say yes, it will enable more collaboration. Like for sure, it will make it easier for people to come together and work on in bigger groups, more decentralized groups, work on wider range of projects that wouldn't be possible before. But I think at the same time, it might actually drive us a little bit apart as people. I don't know. I still feel a little bit old-fashioned in this way, and
Yeah.
sort of feel that like this like human contact and the closeness. That there's even when we have these haptic suits and everything, I still think that there will be, like we are close here, but there's like another dimension of this real world where we can be closer. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
The real world is transitioning slowly into the virtual reality, and then virtual reality is becoming the real world.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah, it's actually like quite tricky for the terms because I even misuse it now. If I try to not say it in that way, as usually try to say like physical world, but again,
yeah,
it's actually for yeah, it's I don't know for the virtual is sort of physical as well. So I don't know. Maybe someone can
I I
comment
I,
better.
I like to use in real life just because I like to maintain that, you know wall between reality and digital. That's a personal choice,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
think there's a point where everything's getting too digital, and like you mentioned, it feels like we're losing that. So I actually think that all this technology at some point could maybe even make it harder. And to collaborate. And I'm thinking this just to be like the devil's advocate at this point is because the more diverse technology we have, specialization between artists is going to grow, and then you're going to have multiple artists that are specialized in different technologies, and not that these technologies are not becoming or not getting together to work as one. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
like if I use Blender, and I have many friends that use Maya, for example, or ZBrush, but we can't collaborate. Like we could at some grade at some point, but we cannot use the same file or the same tools because we don't use the same tools. So that's part of. I think it might bring us together, but also keep them apart at some point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there will be probably some parts where it's working against us. I think in general it will increase the opportunities and improve it. Uh, but maybe on these I think like in the mid part uh, of this like ghost distribution or how to call it,
Hmm.
I think it will be definitely like net positive. But on those long tails on both sides, we will be getting to some like specializations where it might be a little bit difficult to do something.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe some other problems that we can't see right now because yeah, but when we start like internet was developed and some people started to play with telnet and these sort of things,
Hmm. Hmm.
then probably no one could predict that we will have like issues with like social networks, what we have, or what maybe if, young people have, or kids have now in school and so on. So these are like completely new
Hmm.
sort of problems. So we might have something like that on these long ends of the distribution.
Yep. Totally agree with you.
Cool. So far, we're running out of time. Am I checking?
Hmm. Yeah.
So, any final
I,
thoughts?
to be honest, I think everybody that's watching, if you are afraid to get on the NFT train, I would say grab somebody that you know that is doing it and try to collab. To be honest, I think it's one of the best ways to just jump in, get into a community, and do some work together. Like Artific here has a bunch of communities, has a huge community. I'm sure there's somebody in the group that will gladly do a collab with you. So just jump on the train. Don't be afraid. We need more artists. Aside from what media is saying that it's saturated, I think the more artists that there are there, the more the NFT community and ideal is known to that 98% of people that don't know much about crypto.
Yeah,
So if you hear that little kid, that's my kid. I'm sorry if the sound.
no, no, I don't hear anything. Yeah, I absolutely
Okay,
agree.
cool.
Maybe just at the end, like a quick example is that I have a Discord. It's like
Hmm.
slowly growing, and then we have this new hype. If you haven't heard about it, you should check it out. It's called Roxos. We actually had exhibition a couple of weeks back with the author NFTech. And he's created these beautiful animated voxel robots. Uh, and yeah, this is basically right now, when he drops them, they are automatically sold. Like there are bids in the or even like before when they are dropped at the price, like people they are for price at 0.01, and they're like automatically gone. And there are bids like very high, quite I think like 5 times or 10 times the price already on
Yeah,
secondary
it's awesome.
market. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And he actually is now bringing the group to my Discord, so
Hmm.
he can use it for communications, and already have had stuff established. And basically, the population of the Discord is now twice what was before this group joined. So it's just one example of of the collaboration, where two different people can bring different benefits, and at the end, both get something out of it. and I see a lot of people just collaborating in art, even like two visual artists, and one is making apes, other making some I don't know for punks or whatever, and they put it
Yep.
together, and they just have one picture as collaboration with both of these. And yeah, I think it's great trend, and a lot of people can have a lot of fun and just connect to new people and join communities and just share and connect.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's all about collaboration. Well, guys, we're not going to take more of your time. Thank you again for watching NFT Talks with us, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. See you next time. Bye.
Ciao.